Discovery 2, Part 5, Drill Baby Drill. So while the MKDR starts drilling for cathane and producing fuel, our gallant crew patiently waits for it to do its thing. The science team seems really excited about the anomaly detected in the southern hemisphere. The main logic unit, Cal, hilariously keeps trying to murder people. Too bad for it, everything on this boat is manual. Another reason not to run MacJeb. The precious fuel has arrived. The MKDR took off with 32 tons of propellant and 6 tons of monoprop, but due to the 800 meter per second delta V required for the ascent to orbit, plus inclination change to match the Discovery 2, we blew most of the fuel. Only 4 tons of monoprop and 13 tons of regular propellant made it up. Multiple landings will be necessary. Now, the original Val capture to orbit put the Discovery 2 in a slightly inclined plane, which required more fuel for inclination changes by the MKDR to make rendezvous from the cathane deposits. It was decided to reduce the Discovery 2's inclination to save fuel due to the multiple refuelings required. The MKDR was reconfigured for flight profile and a 160 meters per second nerve burn was set up. Afterwards, the MKDR was landed again, but along the equator at a cost of only 6.8 tons of propellant. The second mining operation collected 32 tons of propellant and 6 tons of monoprop again. Now skimming over the surface, the MKDR was able to make rendezvous, bring up a second load of fuel. With no substantial inclination change needed for the ascent to orbit, the MKDR was able to bring up nearly 25 tons of propellant. Meanwhile, Jeb goes to check the oil and wash the windshield. Now that's service. After unloading all but 9 tons of propellant, the MKDR was sent out again for more drilling. Meanwhile, the refueling missions continue. The crew decides to make a landing at the anomaly ScanSat found at 60 degrees south and 83 degrees east. In order to do this, a substantial orbital inclination change will need to be performed. After watching Scott Manley's video on orbital mechanics, Sonbury Kerman begins calculations for a 70-degree inclination change to place the Discovery 2 over the anomaly. It's decided to raise the apoapsis up to 1,000 kilometers for an inclination change, saving 212 meters per second of delta V.